Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
We are back. Episode 2 of Grumps and Gramps, featuring the Grumpler, the OG collective from Tribeca, myself, Grandpa Batman from Dallas, Texas, and then Everything Batman, the Dunk Knight himself, Everything Batman 219. Thank you so much for joining us again. We got a lot of positive and encouraging feedback from episode 1 of Grumps and Gramps, and we really appreciate that. And so we're going to keep going on with, these shows about the fig life and collectibles. Tonight, we want to hit on DC Direct. We want to hit on some of the new releases that everyone's talking about this week. And then we're also going to go over our hauls of the week. Grumpler, do you want to start with, the news from DC Direct?
Yeah, after 22 years, DC Direct has been shut down by Warner Brothers, unfortunately. A lot of people lost their jobs. People were calling it a bloodbath of sorts over, and it's really a bad time, unfortunate for those creative people and stuff like that. In particular, one of our friends, Amanda from DC Direct, they're very nice to the Bat Force and stuff. So
she's awesome.
Yeah. So thank you for everything, Amanda. We appreciate you. Apparently, our other friend Jim Fletcher will still be with the company going forward, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, what does this mean for black and white statues, animated figures, and
Yeah, I mean, because DC Direct, also formerly known as DC Collectibles, I mean, they specialized in, collectibles, not just statues, but also action figures and merchandise, T-shirts, clothes, apparel that, came directly from the books that we all love and read.
Yeah. So that stuff will now be licensed out, to other companies, which is good. In a way, it's good for DC, I guess. You don't have that overhead and stuff like that, and you make money selling the licenses, but then you put your work or your creative properties in the hands of other people. So.
It gets scary because when it comes to licensing, Toyz and I work for a licensing company, and we contracted licenses and then we created goods, and not to bash any companies that do this, you create these sample products you give to the licensors, like DC, like, hey, DC, check out what we're going to make. This is our sample product. They're going to be like, oh my God, it looks great. This is perfect. Make 100,000 of these. All right, great. And then it's like some companies, I'm not going to mention any names, would be like, oh, great, we got the okay to make 100,000 of these, but let's make it cheaper. Let's change the product and the consumer watch anything. As long as we don't get it caught, we're not going to get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
And and you can notice it. Sometimes you go to a Spencer's or a Walmart and like look at the same hat and see that it's two different materials, like two different fabrics, and it's like, are you kidding me? But as a consumer, you're not. A lot of people really don't notice those things. But it's shaky grounds. But I understand though, not spending that much money on overhead, and it's just it's just straight income. He's like, hey guys, you want the DC product? Great, here. Make sure we get our 40% or 20% or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about that anymore. But it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's sad. Anytime you hear massive layoffs, and I don't know, it always seems to come at like later in the year. It's just the way the corporate cycles always work. But it's always common whenever you have big conglomerate corporations buying each other up and consolidating, and the ones at the top have their say on how they want things ran, and they see opportunity for squeezing every little dime out and unloading overhead, and unfortunately they see people sometimes as overhead that they can just throw away. And we hope that every one of these people land on their feet. I understand that they're still going to have a job right now, probably closing out to the end of the year, finishing up a lot of products, and that's some good news, because a lot of those projects are real exciting. I'm looking forward to several of the pieces coming out, specifically that Frank Miller black and white, the armored Batman that's coming out, and hopefully they come out with that Gotham by Gaslight. Mike Mignola. That
a friend of ours got a email notification that the Greg Capullo Bat Monster black and white statue was canceled.
No.
So that was scheduled to release, I think, the last week of October. So
it would have been perfect timing.
Yeah,
I think I already ordered it. So
save a couple of money. One less box that shows up to the house, right?
Well, yeah.
Just to wrap that up with one good thing I saw out of this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Super 7. They make action figures and stuff like that. So apparently somebody that works for Super 7, I don't know where it was posted, on Facebook or Twitter, was looking to hire some of the people that worked at DC Direct.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cool. Hopefully, that works out for everybody involved.
We need more of that.
There was some discussion in the Bat Force group, and it was just discussion. It was nothing. It wasn't a rumor. It wasn't confirmed or anything like that. But wondering if there was any possibility that maybe McFarlane Toyz picks up some of the licensing, especially maybe the statues. I mean, they're kind of expanding what they do over at McFarlane.
Yeah, I mean, that would be right in the McFarlane lane. Those big exaggerated statues, and they kind of do good with that sort of stuff. So that'd be interesting. Yeah,
and Diamond Select, they've been doing a lot of really good work. And this type of stuff trickles down, not just with the people that are direct employees of DC Direct and DC, but also the freelance sculptors, our friend Paul Harding.
Yeah.
So, and DC Direct has been one of his biggest customers.
Yeah.
So those guys, I mean, who knows if and how it impacts them. So,
good.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. Good luck to everybody.
Yeah. Hope everyone lands on their feet on this.
Oh, also Joe Mana. He's a good friend of ours. He's awesome sculptor.
Yeah.
But yeah, big news, big change. That's just the way that the world goes sometimes.
Especially in this COVID world.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to happier topics.
Yeah, seriously.
So, some pretty awesome figures landed in the laps of collectors this week. I think the one that was probably the most talked about, and the one that I saw more photos than anybody, was this Hush Batman from Medicom in their MAFEX line. Grumps, you got it in. What are your thoughts?
I love it. It's amazing. The only thing, I mean, I know you're not a fan of this. Let me try to get it here. The only thing I don't like, obviously, is this cowl section. But other than that, looking past that, the wired cape is amazing.
And you don't really like wired capes, right?
I don't. Not a fan of wired capes. We'll get to that later. But the Supreme Knight comes with both, so I prefer that option. But because my wired cape already broke,
Oh,
this little
really?
piece right, yeah. There's a little piece right here. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. I can't see it. Oh yeah, there's a little piece up here. It already came out, so I kind of got to
Okay.
get in there and glue it down and whatever. But outside of that, I mean, it seems to be a better body than MAFEX usually does. Usually the joints are a little loose, but I feel like the joints in this are sturdier. Double joints everywhere, knees, elbows. Um, Face sculpt is, on point.
Now,
There's a
does
nice,
the head come off, or is that a magnetic piece for the whole cow?
yeah, the head and neck come off.
Okay.
Because it comes with the head and neck for Bruce Wayne
Okay.
and
Nice.
a regular, this is the gritting teeth face. Comes with a regular head. There's a wash over, like a black wash over the whole body. I don't know if you guys could see it, but yeah, there's a wash over the whole body. I mean, this
Okay.
looks like Jim Lee's artwork in action
It
figure form.
it really does.
So
I've seen some really good photos. Um,
it's just
Capes
that the cape is, yeah, it's
massive.
massive. Honestly, you could cut this thing in half, and it would be fucking great. But yeah, I mean, it's that comic book. This figure is like ripped out of the comic book.
Yeah.
How the artists, they take that artistic license with the capes and stuff, and they make McFarlane, for instance, makes the cape big and gaudy and everything. So this is that figure. It's
Could
really
you
cool.
imagine that blown up like in real life size in a cape? That'd be like a parachute hanging off.
Yeah, yeah.
Just make a tent. Just
It'd be 50 pounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
no, Wayne. It's Wayne Tech though. You never know.
Oh, that memory cloth, right?
Yeah, remember?
It's just like
I
just
remember
flows with the wind.
Oh,
my
knocked
my
everybody over.
very first MAFEX was from the Dark Knight, Christian
Oh,
Bale
okay.
Dark Knight. And I mean, with Medicom and their MAFEX line, I mean, you cannot beat the sculpts. They beat everybody when it comes to the appeal and the curbside look of their
Yeah,
figures. My big concern was like you said, the joints. Like my shoulders on my Dark Knight would not even stay in. I'd move his arm
exactly.
and his arm would just fall off. It popped right back in, but I mean, I was like, really? This is an $80 figure and his arm pops off.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
they're historically bad QC. Like aesthetically, it looks great, but then you take it out, it breaks apart.
So you can't
Yeah.
play
But
with
I
it.
don't know. These joints feel a little more solid to me. I have a bunch of, I have the Dark Knight. I have BVS. Um, yeah, I have a bunch. So
And they're
this
not
feels like
cheap.
no, but honestly, Gramps, it was cheaper to order this from overseas than it would be from American company.
What's the
Wow.
price point on this dude?
This was $91 shipped.
$91.
Wow.
Okay.
$91.21
And
shipped from
here's another
Japan.
thing. Like you'll be able to buy this figure for 3 or 4 years down the road.
Yes.
They make a lot of them.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
there was so many great pictures that I saw like the day of release, or the day everyone started getting them delivered.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, the cape. The cape. That's all I thought about. The cape looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta order it.
And they're coming out with Catwoman.
Yeah.
They're
Wow.
more from the Hush line. They're coming out with a
Superman.
Superman, a black version of this same figure,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
See,
And Hush himself.
oh, and Hush himself. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huge.
They need to make Poison Ivy from this line.
Oh man.
Ooh.
You know, that's one thing that I have not found a really good Poison Ivy figure. And I think that
you sleep on her.
yeah, I think that she's one that MAFEX could really do out of this line. That'd be really good.
DC Direct did a nice one. What was it? Goodness.
They did an awesome
I think
bombshell one.
The bombshell one was amazing. I love that figure. And
Mhm.
I think it was Secret Files or Secret Origins, based on the Brian Boland art.
Mm.
So that was the white skin Poison Ivy. Really nice.
And see, that's what we're going to miss with DC Direct being gone is, you know, they've got that firsthand feel for, you know, making the collectibles exactly like the comics. I hope whoever they license out to follows in that path, because you know, that was always so cool, especially like you said, the Secret Files one where you get the, you know, I'm sitting here looking at Two-Face and Killer Croc and Black Mask and Mr. Freeze from that line, and it's like they just jumped out of the pages, man. Yeah.
That's what you want.
I just got that Mr. Freeze over the summer. It's so awesome.
Yeah. All right. And moving on, two big drops from Mezco. You guys want to start with the Harley Quinn?
Oh, man.
All right. Yeah, let's switch the camera around.
That Grumps shows yours. You have it all out the bag. You have it out the bag and everything. Oh my God, look at her.
See, and you know that he likes her if he's already taken it out of the box. Because he doesn't take anything out of the box.
No,
literally nothing comes out the box.
No. Yeah, I mean, I did a little review on my IG channel. It's great. Again, it's this is the Catwoman body. A lot of people had problems with the Mezco Catwoman figure, but I think the QC is better this time around. The body is limited because it's single joints on the knees, single joints on the elbows. So don't try to test it. But it feels a little bit sturdy.
Okay.
The likeness is amazing. The paint apps are amazing, especially you guys probably can't see it, but the paint apps on the face, it's not exactly chalky white. It looks like yellow.
Kind of looks like almost. A cream.
Like an off-white?
Like a cream. So it looks like a cream, so it looks like somebody put makeup on their face, you know.
Oh, okay.
So
a little more accurate.
Yeah. She comes with a bunch of, you know, accessories and stuff like that.
You know, I almost bought her just for the accessories.
Yeah, they're fun. They give you this little Joker doll, rocket launcher.
The rocket launcher, like really?
I mean,
like that's awesome.
Who doesn't need a rocket launcher?
Like I'm looking at the back of the box.
Problems. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect.
You got the rocket launcher. You got the mallet. Like
the mallet, the cork gun.
It's everything like OG Harley Quinn needs.
And dude, the blonde head sculpt. I'm trying to get it on here for you guys. I mean, her eyes just look sick. So I was really digging that blonde head sculpt. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Two different types of material. There's like I guess a pleather type of material, the black. And then I don't know what you would call this spandex stretchy material on the red. So
the regular cotton or spandex, yeah.
The black doesn't stretch as much. The red stretches. So you know, I know there's concerns about peeling with that black material or whatever, but
just don't leave it out in direct sunlight all the time, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, my figures live in the box condos, so
yeah.
You know,
don't go playing with it in the backyard.
This Harley Quinn, like for Harley Quinn fan, Dave is a Harley Quinn. Dunk is a Harley Quinn fan. So this is right up there with the Arkham Knight Harley Quinn that was released, and the DC Icons was another great Harley Quinn figure. So this is right up there with those.
So stand her next to the Hush Batman. How does she scale?
Oh, how does she scale? Let's see. Scale comparisons. Yeah, good.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
You know, so in the center, yeah.
You barely see that. Like that's a really good scale.
So yeah.
Hey, Puddin'.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you don't want these two to be the same size. You want her to be a little smaller, whatever.
Very
And I
cool.
like to mix up lines when I do, picks and stuff like that. So.
I like to mix up lines. I like to mix up genres.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have a movie fig with a animated fig, and I don't care. I just want to
No,
do
you
whatever.
Gramps, you did that really cool Nosferatu. Nosferatu, Gotham by there was the Mattel, I think, Gotham by Gaslight Batman.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who the victim was on the floor.
She was
you told
I
me.
think her name's Abigail from that was a Westworld figure.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Oh, all right.
You know, because Gotham by Gaslight set in like the late 1800s, about the time that Jack the Ripper was, in London. But then in Gotham by Gaslight, the killer came to Gotham and Batman was on his trail. So the idea behind that was that, what if the killer was actually this Nosferatu vampire?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, I wish I had done it, because anytime you take a photo and you put it, you may be happy with it and good, you get a lot of good feedback, but I'm always looking at it going, man, I could have done this. I could have done this. I could have added like a creepy shadow of him, of Nosferatu on the wall behind Batman, like he was creeping over Batman. I was looking at that going, that's what I should have done. And that's actually 2 pictures combined, comped together.
That's what I was going to talk about. Like when you told me that, I was like, what the fuck? How?
Yeah.
Well,
I was questioning it too.
Because I'm not that good of a photographer, and I gotta find ways to get everything in focus. So I had
get editing, Cody.
Yeah, I had to get Nosferatu close up in focus, and then I had to get Batman in the alley with the lady in focus, and I'm not good enough to get it all in focus, so it's 2 photos and then kind of layered together.
Yeah,
I
didn't even notice it. I would have never thought it was 2.
And there's a lot of that's done in a lot of professional photography, and that's done in a lot of toy photography that you see. It's just whenever you're taking a photo, you can focus on certain areas and then comp it all together. I did that with that one where all the Batman were fighting each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Like 6 different photos.
You know what you should do? You should show people how to do that in one of these videos, like a tutorial.
Well, we'll get a good photographer on to do that.
Yeah,
and that's a good idea for the future show, because
people will love to see that and like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah, because
there's like 2 groups in the action figure community: the ones that do practical, photos only, and there's people like us that edit. I mean, I edit my photos, you edit your photos. I'm about the creativity and the story. So yeah, there's 2 different types of photographers.
Definitely.
But yeah, that'd be cool.
And then the next drop from Mezco Toys this week.
Ooh, I don't have this one.
It's the one that I've been waiting on for so long.
Yeah.
Man, you were so happy with that post. I was like, you made me happy with it.
So long. I mean, and I literally, like we talked about on the last show, I was like literally just waiting by the door for that FedEx man.
Man, look at that smile on Gramps.
Yeah,
God,
dude,
man.
you're like,
oh man,
you're like the Kool-Aid man.
Man, can you roll around the chair?
Oh man,
spin around?
The Supreme Night. It's their real life, quote unquote, real life version of the
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns. It even has like, the Dark Knight Returns logo on his chest. He comes with these short little Frank Miller ears.
Nice.
I've got him posed in the Batman the Animated Series pose right now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You can see that he comes with a wired cape.
Yes.
He also comes with the regular cloth. They call it like a drop cape. And I like the proportion of the cape because
so dope.
it just sits like, a little bit, and I'm sorry that you can't see very clear. It just sits a little bit past his feet. It's not like the Hush cape that's huge.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I think the Sovereign Knight cape's a little big. But the cape is a perfect size. He comes with a lot of cool accessories that I never use, because whenever I do my toy fair, I just want Batman punching somebody. I don't need the grapple gun. He comes with some grapple guns and some kind of. He comes with some batarangs, some kind of.
There's a one cool foldable
thing. I almost broke it
like
out the box. Yeah.
And then they give you what, like 10 little tiny batarangs, like
10 things that I will lose if I ever take them out.
Yeah.
But they do come with one cool one that is like 3 of them combined, because he has a holding hand like this, so you can put him in the holding hand like he's about to throw it.
Yeah.
He comes with. This is the grimace face, where he's like,
Yeah, that's generally my favorite face.
He comes with a blank stare face, and then he comes with an unmasked head, which is kind of funny because the unmasked head, he kind of has like a Captain America haircut. But here's one thing that's really cool that I like about, because they came out with Ascending Knight, which is like their 1939 Bob Kane version of Batman. And they came out with Sovereign Knight, which is almost like the Hush version. He kind of actually looks a lot like a David Finch version, who's supposed to be like in his prime Batman. And then they came with this one, Supreme Knight, which is the older one. All the heads are interchangeable between all of them.
That's cool.
Nice.
And then I've found that for the most part, I can interchange the hands too.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I like that Sovereign Knight had that hand where he's got like the kryptonite fist.
Kryptonite, yeah.
So I put it on him for a picture. And
yeah, man, definitely need it for this one.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love him.
And Gramps, you have a couple of years ago, you and I both bought like an old Bruce Wayne head sculpt. I forget the artist's name.
Drone Customs? Is that who it was?
I think so.
I'll have to see how that fits. But here's what's really cool. So, like I said, he comes with 2 capes, right? So I was wondering how are they going to work the design to work 2 capes? Well, here's what it is. They got smart and they made up this magnet design where you can see right there.
Nice.
There's just a magnet. The cape has a hole that just goes over the magnet. And the cowl sits right there and goes down.
Cool.
Science, ladies and gentlemen. Science. Believe in science.
Dr. Fauci. Shout out to Dr. Fauci.
So, and then what's cool, here's another thing that's cool. If you don't want the cape and you just want him to be like the surgeon where he's fighting in the mud pit, boom.
Nice.
Awesome.
You got him without, and also you can take the head off, slap on one of the other heads from the Ascending Knight, so you can just make whatever.
I can't wait to get this.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
So, Gramps, how do you like the body on this one compared to the old, DKR, the first DKR Mezco?
So the OG DKR was very much like a, comic book, thick,
Yeah.
style. I mean, his shoulders are a little massive, but when you put the cape over the shoulders, he's awesome. This one kind of has more like the real life proportion. Yeah, he's thick. He's definitely a bigger sculpt than like Sovereign or Ascending Knight. He's not too thick.
No, this is a completely new body. Yeah, they haven't used this body before. So.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's got some thickness to him, but he's not too thick. He's very flexible, you know. And also one thing I like, this is just me, you know, because he's supposed to be the older version. His suit is a little baggy in some places, kind of like on the Dark Knight Returns, because, you know, he's kind of lost a little bit of that muscle. So his suit's a little stretchier. And that comes across in this suit. So, yeah.
I think that's the same material they used on the Spec Ops Punisher. I don't know if you have that one. Special Ops. Yeah.
I've got the regular and the MX version.
Okay.
So yeah, big drop this week. I was super stoked to get that.
Back to back FedEx.
All right, Dunk. So what'd you get in your haul this week?
My haul this week. Oh man. Well, I remember getting that email from Mezco. Was it Monday night or Tuesday? I think I texted you, Grumps, and I was like, "Yo, did you send me something from Queens?"
Yeah.
And no, you didn't, but Mezco did. Of course, I got my Harley Quinn.
There you go.
Still in the box. It's gonna sound wrong, but I'll play with her later on this weekend. That's one of my first pickups. I actually I was bored. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I was home and I was like, I told my wife, I'm gonna go out for a bit. Need anything? She's like, yeah, I need gas for the lawnmower. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to GameStop. Went to GameStop.
That's a good guess.
Went to GameStop, picked up this DC Essentials Red Hood.
There you go. Nice.
So pumped because like I missed the release, and then I was like, damn it, I have to go on eBay now. And I checked the eBay, it was like $45 to $50. Now it's like at 60, 70. Nah, I paid $25, and then I think last week I paid for like their pro points or whatever, so I had a $5 off.
Oh,
so I
cool.
paid $19.99. I was really amped about that. And one thing I've been really lucky in, and I picked it up for most of the bros because they've been looking for it. And then today I find another one. Everyone's going crazy over this 2-pack, right? The Casey Jones and Raphael.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's just say I've been
in the fig world right now.
Yeah, and like it looks really good, man. But it's for the bros, for the peeps.
And that comes with a lot of accessories.
It does. Not bad for $50 in its price point.
And those are what, 7-inch?
Yeah.
Do they have soft goods, Dunk, or is that sculpted plastic?
What the?
Like the shirt, is it cloth?
No, it's soft. It's fabric.
Oh, wow.
That's what I was telling you. I was talking to you before about that. Like $50. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Go NECA. So that's what I got this week. So far. Well, I guess that's it. We could talk about the rest of it later.
No, the red hood. The red hood is really cool. That head sculpt. It's kind of basic design, but that on that figure looks really nice.
It looks amazing. I think DC Essentials did an amazing job with that, and like just to shine.
Yeah.
The head sculpt alone,
on that is really
paint
nice.
job is amazing.
I wonder what's gonna happen with these DC Direct collectibles. Like, will they go up in value, or who knows?
Probably. Well, let's see who picks it up.
Yeah.
So what'd you get this week, Grump, besides the Hush and the Harley?
Yeah, I got a thing for people to dress up like clowns. This NECA Pennywise from It Chapter 2. I'm not a big I like the first movie. I'm not a big horror guy, but I just like the character design. And I was passing by, I saw this in Target, and it's $30. And I don't know. And I said, all right, fuck it. Worst comes to worst, I'll just bring it back. But I took it out of the package, and I was like, man, this fucking thing is amazing.
For $30, man. The
paint, the sculpt. See if I could get the accessories here.
Yeah, and this is the one that has that little kid head.
Yeah, that's what sold it.
That's so freaky.
GRAMPS. It is really creepy. Yeah, a bunch of hands, 4 head sculpts, the balloon. And, I mean, just the thing Duncan and I were talking earlier about NEC is I don't think they reuse a lot of the bodies. I think each, from what I know anyway, I think each figure is a new sculpt. So that's, pretty amazing. So I got Pennywise, got some articulated icons, red ninjas.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up the ninja there because you know what? This week was another shit show trying to get some GI Joes.
Oh boy.
But I gotta hand it. And the articulated icon ninjas are made by licensed out by a company called the Swoosh. Yeah. And the Swoosh came through this week for me as well, man, because I got some of the gray ninjas.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, yeah, and these things are basically like Marvel Legends.
Yep.
And they come with like 2 heads. They come with these little hoods. They come with swords and extra hands and these straps.
How much do they go for?
Well, these were on sale for like 20. The crimson one was like what, 39, 40?
I guess.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm not gonna.
Oh no, I swiped it.
This stays between us, everybody. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the good thing is, just this week, these ninjas are now available on a very popular toy consumer website. That's not our sponsor yet, so we won't name them, but you can find them. They're pretty big. You know what I mean? They're pretty big. So kudos to Swoosh for coming through with us for those ninjas because Hasbro can't come through for shit on Cobra Troopers.
Yeah.
One thing that I was super stoked about this week that came through for me was this armored Daredevil.
Ooh,
man, look at that.
GRAMPS.
This thing is nice. I mean, for the quality, you can't beat this value, man, on a $20 figure, man. This thing is so nice. And I've been waiting years for this. The sculpt is exactly like the comic. He's got a really good paint job. It's almost like Hasbro.
Can you move it over a little bit?
Thanks. Yeah. He comes with, you take the hands off and then you can take off these wrist things. The billy clubs are magnetic on his wrist cards. You can actually when you take the hands off, he's got interchangeable hands and he's got the handheld billy clubs and you take off this little wrist brace. The only thing about this is that the armor shoulder kind of
limits him, huh?
Limits his, but that's fine. Everything else is perfect on this guy.
Looks amazing, man.
He also comes with a Matt Murdock head that I put on this Shang-Chi body, but it's a brand new Matt Murdock sculpt.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll put the picture up in the video.
Okay. Cool.
So you'll get a better look at that. But that's
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, dude. Though.
Wow.
yeah, it's really good. Oh, one other thing I got, because I was looking for Cobra Troopers, but that's not going to happen. I picked up
Oh.
the Battle Snake from
Yeah.
Raw
McFarlane.
10.
Yeah.
I tried to scare the wife with this, dude, because I'm telling you what, this thing, you could scare the shit out of somebody with this thing if you put it in the right spot.
Really cool.
It's not bad for was it $9.99?
Yeah, $10.
It's like, why not? Pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Walmart and get this
Scare
thing.
someone.
I saw the shark and the gorilla. I mean, these things are awesome. The sculpt is awesome.
Yeah, not bad for the pricing. I think that the sharks was it $19.99 and the gorillas $19.99. What's the other one? The raptor, I think, is $9.99.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the gorilla's huge.
Humongous. I thought the shark was big.
Yeah.
And I saw the gorilla. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. And they look really cool. They look really cool. Like, if I didn't get the gorilla or the shark, I just don't have anything to go with the shark to make a photo out of. But the gorilla I probably could, but he's so big.
I did pick up the shark for Grumps. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Oh yeah, because you got
You're knocking
Baron
stuff over
Benz
in the background. Yeah, I got Baron Benz, Aquaman. And now I need a fish tank or something.
No, that's the perfect thing to go with them. Yeah.
Oh man, that's.
Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah.
My head compared to this.
Yeah, and like its tail moves too, and the
Yeah.
jaws open and close.
It's pretty dope. And then the rest of them are back here.
Yeah.
Grumps, you have this tomorrow.
Thanks, man.
So, yeah, man. Well, that's about all our time we have. But
I think so. Yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
We're not talking about our tragedies today.
Yeah.
Well, the marriage of Hasbro and Target is not working for everybody, especially for figures that are supposed to be army builders.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should be released on a date. Release them on
I
a
found
date.
this beachhead G.I. Joe in the Barbie section on the end cap, face down. So, yeah.
That's a true hunter.
I was taking my daughter about a second run through Barbie. I said, "Oh, let's go back," and I was walking by and I saw it on an end cap, with a bunch of stuff face down. So I know my Target had these at some point in the last month, but
Yeah.
Whatever. I've given up, like everybody else, on the troopers and all that. Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll come out with a different variation and put that on a different avenue. I mean, they would have been perfect if they just sold them on their Hasbro Pulse website.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Huge missed opportunity, but it is what it is. But that's it. That's it from us, from the Grumps and Gramps show. And stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Keep on hunting.
Yeesh.